News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moskow.
Karen, we begin with the latest on the war in Ukraine. President Trump says he will speak to Russia's President Vladimir Putin tomorrow. The talks come as European nations rush to bolster their support for Kiev. Trump spoke to reporters on Air Force One.
I'll be speaking to President Putin on Tuesday. And a lot of work's been done over the weekend. We want to see if we can bring that war to an end. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but I think we have a very good chance.
President Trump says his discussions with Russia's president will focus on territory, power plants, and dividing up certain assets.
Well, Nathan, oil is on the rise this morning. It's trading at $67.77 a barrel. Brent is at $71. That's as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warns of unrelenting strikes on Houthi militants in Yemen until the group stops attacking ships in the Red Sea. President Trump ordered a new wave of airstrikes over the weekend. Hegseth says it sends a clear message.
The president said it in his truth. Your support of the Houthis needs to end immediately. We will hold you accountable as the sponsor of this proxy, and I echo his statement. We will not be nice about it. This is not the Biden administration. The message is clear. We will come after the Houthis until they stop shooting at our ships, and the Iranians better stay out of it.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also tells Fox News the strikes are a warning to Iran, which backs the Houthis.
And over the weekend, Karen, the Trump administration said it arrested and expelled hundreds of alleged Venezuelan gang members. The U.S. is paying El Salvador to hold them, despite a federal judge ordering a 14-day hold on some deportations. President Trump defended the move last night on Air Force One.
It's a bad group. When you look at them and you look at the crimes that they've committed, you take a look. You don't get any tougher. You don't get worse than that. You understand that. But you'd have to ask the lawyers.
Now, the president moved to accelerate deportations under seldom-used powers in the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. The federal judge ordered any deportation flights carried out under Trump's order to be returned mid-flight. But the White House says this flight did not conflict with that ruling because it had already left the country.
Well, Nathan, President Trump may be opening the door to new investigations of the committee that investigated the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. In a Truth Social post overnight, the president declared former President Joe Biden's pardons for the committee members void because he says Biden signed them with an auto pen. Still, the president admits the move might face legal action.
It's not my decision. That'll be up to a court. But I would say that they're null and void because I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place.
The president spoke on board Air Force One last night. Pardon power has long been considered one of the most absolute powers a president has. Last year, a federal appeals court found a pardon doesn't even have to be in writing.
Let's turn to markets now, Karen. Futures are lower to start a new trading week. Despite Friday's rally on Wall Street, the S&P 500 has now dropped for 4 straight weeks. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says he's not concerned about the recent market downturn.
I'm not worried about the markets. Over the long term, if we put good tax policy in place, deregulation, and energy security, the markets will do great.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says corrections are healthy and normal. He spoke on NBC's Meet the Press, which can be heard Sundays on Bloomberg Radio.
Well, Nathan, all 3 major indexes hit 6-month lows during the last trading week. Matt Maley, chief market strategist at Miller Tabak, believes stocks are heading even lower.
I do think that the correction we've seen so far probably has further to run. I mean, we called for a correction at the very beginning of the year and saying we thought it would be something, a deep one in the 15 to 20% range. And what we have to remember right now is what's going on with these tariffs and what's going on with the DOGE committee. I mean, that's certainly having a big impact in terms of uncertainty.
Miller Tabak's Matt Maley thinks the S&P 500 may fall as low as 5,000, about 10% lower than current levels.
In Asia, Karen, consumption, investment, and industrial production in China all exceeded estimates to start the year. Retail sales increased 4% in the first 2 months from a year earlier. Industrial output rose 5.9%. Growth in fixed asset investment picked up to 4.1%. Economists say the data point to resilience for a Chinese economy that is still in need of more stimulus as U.S. tariffs threaten growth.
Well, Nathan, Warren Buffett is bullish on Japan. His Berkshire Hathaway is increasing its stake in Japan's biggest trading houses, which include Mitsubishi and Sumitomo. Last month, Buffett told shareholders in his annual letter that Berkshire was looking to increase ownership in the trading houses.
And back here in the U.S., Karen, fashion retailer Forever 21 is filing for bankruptcy. The brand once attracted droves of young women and girls to shop for cheap, trendy clothing. This is Forever 21's second stint with bankruptcy. At its height, it had more than 500 locations in the U.S. It's down to about 350 now.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moskow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.